I love a good hinge. I didn't know that until I saw these hinges, and it turns out that Dave here from Cooke Brothers loves a good hinge as well. Thank you very much for joining us here at Fit Show. What is it that we're looking at here? I mean, these hinges look beautifully engineered. What's special about these, and why have people been so excited to see you and chat about them so far this week?
Yeah, I think it's one of those. I think it's the concealedness of the hinges. So basically, you can't see anything on the door. We do a lot for the residential market, really, in London. So loads of different finishes, as you can see, loads of different types. I must admit, we do loads more than just the ones that are there, but you just can't show everything that we actually do. So that seems what most people seem interested in, because it's something slightly different.
Yeah. Let's have a look at some of these as well, just while you're down there, while Louis on camera's crouching down. Let's make the most of that crouching action. Have a look at some of these here as well. Again, beautifully made, but you've got some of them actually attached to a really beautiful looking door over here. So why don't you follow us, Louis, and follow Dave as well, and let's see this in action in one of these nice doors. First of all, high-end market in London. There's a high-end market outside of London, surely.
That's a lot of where it does go to, in all honesty. I have to be truthful, but they do go anywhere. We do them for blocks of risers, so when people don't want to actually see that there's a door there. So you can have very much, you'll see them in a lot of places, but don't notice them. But I can show you, probably is the best thing to do.
Let's see it in action. Lovely door, by the way, nice handles.
So that's it there. I'm not sure if you can see on the side.
They're concealed, so hopefully it's quite difficult.
So yeah, no, in truth, that's a good point, isn't it? Actually, so that's what they do. But when you actually shut the door, you can't see them. On a normal hinge, you can see what we'd call the knuckle there, and that's what people actually want. In truth, not to be able to see anything. So we do lots of other stuff as well, like you can see the portholes. We do a lot of things that's pretty much anything metal, is the honest truth.
I didn't know that was called the knuckle.
It is, so we call that the knuckle of the hinge. Like you say, it just looks very neat when you don't have any of it. So it just looks like that, basically, you can't tell.
And that's unless you're really trying to peer down the gap, down the margin there, then you won't even know that there's a hinge there. Really, really interesting. And I say London. I don't live in London, but I'd be quite interested in a bit of that. This is your first time at Fit Show, isn't it? Why are you here now? Why haven't you been before? And how have you been finding it this year?
We found it good, actually. Yesterday was really good. We've had quite a few people to the stand. So, like I said to you before, we booked it 2 years ago, I think it was, but because of COVID, it'd been cancelled a few times. It was one for us. It was more target a bit more of a different market, with it being installers. A lot of who our customers are big architectural ironmongers, door manufacturers, and we've released a new website, so it was more to get that kind of trade, which we'd never really targeted before. And the website to us, actually selling through our website, is brand new. So we thought we'd try and target that. So rather than showing off a new product, it was more to try a new market. That's kind of why we gave it a go. And it seems to be going really well, actually. It's been really busy this morning, so we're quite happy with it.
And you've been kicking around, not necessarily you personally, but for quite a few years now, so I understand.
It's actually our 150th year, so yeah, it's still a family-run business, 5th generation. Cooke owns the business still, so we've been around a long time.
Well, you wear it very well indeed. Thank you very much indeed for joining us here today and showing us through. I tell you what, let's finish on some of these concealed hinges right now, because they are one of my favourite pieces of, functional design that I've seen here today. And there we go. If people do want to find out a little bit more about where to get hold of these, you mentioned you've got a new website up and running there, Dave. Where should people head to?
It's www.cookebrothers.co.uk.
You heard there. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, Dave, and Hayley, who's managed to stay off camera for the last 5 minutes. But thank you for sharing your first time here at Fit Show with us, and look forward to seeing you again next time.
That's great. Cheers. Thank you.